Like Monika said,
I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, well, this is just not that great, but let me show you what the real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy.
what? So in other words, you're saying you liked it. Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat.
You're so... You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you you don't have to go announcing it to the world that you're so self-important.
Pretty sure you never said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right?
That's fine, I guess. Only because Monika make me feel if I don't.
Yep, it's the same poem. Monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, and owls can seek, cheetahs can run, and eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Thank you.
Yeah. I told you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But it is the kind of...
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yeah, exactly. It's not, I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yes, I understand.
But the other nice thing is about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like how I set up a rhyme at the end and I made it fall flat on purpose. It helped bring out the feeling of that last line.
So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her out that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Let's go with Monika next. Unless she's gonna be weird. Hi, Boris. Having a good time so far? Ah, yes. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Boris. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monika my poem. Mm-hmm. I like it, Boris. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No! It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yup. If you're interested in Natsuki, then always keep a snack on you. She'll cling to you like a puppy. Natsuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house, so she's in a fussy mood pretty often. This goes right back to that secret poem. But sometimes she just loses all of her strength and shuts down. Like earlier. This is just a guess, but I think she's so small because her malnutrition is interfering with her adolescent growth. But hey, some guys are into petite girls too, you know. Sorry, just trying to look at the bright side. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. No, 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 no. 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 No, this is not the same poem. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking, or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. So, what do you think? That's a different poem than before. It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Yuri is last. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading.
Oh, so sorry. I forgot to start speaking.
It's fine. Don't force yourself.
I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right?
Yeah. Why do you ask?
I'm just making sure. I guessed that it might be after reading through it.
Ah, so it's that bad.
No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry.
Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying?
Right. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds the train of thought, choo-choo, her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammer is completely gone and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though.
Biased? How?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? This looks exactly... Yeah, this is exactly the same one. I'm done. Thank you.
You didn't read it for very long. I'm sorry I have such terrible writing.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all. I'm thinking, this is the exact poem I read the first time around. Monika is cheating!
But it took you a long time to read.
No, it didn't. Ah, well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
Eh? That's a relief. Also,
I like the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive.
it wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri?
Woohoo! Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Boris.
Really? I really must have missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. And soon it will be left of nothing.
That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on those things, too.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm
counting on you.
Phew! I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my own mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all, and I'm going to take a drink. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language?
Eh? Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How could it be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
You mean you have to try to come up that hard to come up with something nice to say? That's not really why I didn't do that, but that's not nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monika liked it, and Boris did too. So based on that, I could gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all,
Excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change it anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Boris liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress some new members, Yuri.
Hey? That's not what I... You're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Boris appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours.
And how would you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? You feel full of yourself.
No. If I was my fool with myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
What? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew outside longer as the darn bars started showing up.
Natsuki.
Natsuki, that's a little...
This doesn't involve you.
This doesn't involve you. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look. Natsuki.
Me? Look who's talking to one of you, as you bitch!
Edgy! Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for some of your mental age to comprehend.
See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know.
If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try.
Whoa, be careful, or you might cut yourself on the edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already did, didn't you?
Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head?
Yeah, go on. This Boris have everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels with you after this.
Suddenly, Yuri turns toward me as if she just noticed I was standing there.
Boris, she's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it.
What the fuck is going on? Natsuki? 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 What's going on? Hi, Monika. Hey, Boris. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? You want to explain why your text box is a little weird there, Monika? Okay. Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Max, please come here. Come here, Max. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Are you crying? She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done.
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri?
I didn't mean it.
I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did.
Boris, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today.
It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Completely.
Oh,
Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monika.
you can go first, Monika. I'd like to stay a little bit longer.
I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done.
Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take responsibility today.
It kind of sounds like you don't want me to be around for something, Yuri.
It's not that. It's not that. I I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Boris. It would just be embarrassing with you listening.
I guess I don't really have a choice, do I?
I'm sorry for causing trouble.
Okay. You're not gonna mess with me again, are you? I need to breathe. Sweets. And candy. And puppy. And dance. And silly. And warm. And anime. And chocolates. And sugar. And laugh. Happiness. Excitement. Forgive. Lollipop. And charm. And calm. And music. And sunny. And family. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Max, come here. I will gladly take that magical Madoka nightmare over this.
Welcome back, Boris.
Ah, hi Yuri. You seem to be a little unstable. I'm not sure if it's just me or if it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air, a little. Yuri glances over her shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki is reading manga at a desk, and surprisingly Monika isn't here yet. Suddenly Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room.
About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before, and something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well.
Yuri, I'm happy that you are considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided that there's no way you can be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it.
Boris, don't say those kinds of things so frankly. They make me feel a little too happy. I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person. And I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything is a little bit brighter with you around and... sorry, what am I saying right now?
Hey, have you guys seen Monika?
Ah,
No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was.
Man, Jerry, I guess you haven't either.
Yuri is clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her.
no, I haven't.
Ha! Jay, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that?
Natsuki, about yesterday. I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said. And I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So,
Pah! Jerry, what the heck are you talking about?
She will completely forget everything.
Hey! Did you do something yesterday?
eh?
Jeez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you?
But,
I'll accept your apology anyway, if that helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that.
no, not at all. I don't hate you.
Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either.
Okay.
Natsuki turns to me.
You're still a child.
Hey. Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Nah. Well, Natsuki was.
I was not. What took you so long anyway?
Ah. Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. Ah.
That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell at least.
I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano.
Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monika.
Don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet.
Still, that must require a lot of dedication. So I'm still impressed.
Well, thanks, Yuri.
Pah! You should play something for us sometime.
That's... Monika looks at me. Well, I am working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Boris. Monika smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I see. I'm not sure if Monika was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks! So, I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I choose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki has already run off into the closet.
Boris, since your compliments put me in such a good mood, I was wondering if you'd like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club.
I suppose so. I don't think I could say no to you, after you gave that book to me. Well, I guess I need to make sure Natsuki isn't waiting for me. After we finished reading yesterday,
She's fine. She's reading over there, see? Don't think about her so much. She's used to being ignored. Come on, we're going over there.
What? What? What's the story about anyway?
Well,
I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover.
Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not into the thing about the limbs.
That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere.
Ah, are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Boris?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot Yuri is into these things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just this kind of story. It's the kind of that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil.
You didn't say that before. You didn't say that before.
But because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Then suddenly... I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to...
What did you say? You said something about your body.
So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange.
You said a lot of strange things lately.
And please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. You're saying way too much so fast. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all.
Ah, that's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
Yes! I mean, you don't have to, but...
What are you saying?
Um,
Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put in my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but I feel as something has come... Words! Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry.
What was that about body heat? And bathing in it? Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess this makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm, and we did this differently. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready?
Eh?
To turn the page.
Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I'm just waiting for something. I glance over at Yuri's face and our eyes meet. I don't know if I'll be able to keep up with her.
Oh, that's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you're being so patient with me.
Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds you of a little bit.
No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not.
Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that.
That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her.
Something else?
Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came to my head.
Yuri, are you feeling okay?
Eh?
Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little...
My breathing?
Yuri pushes her hands on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat.
I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water.
Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Boris? Did something happen just now? Eh? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So, you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's not alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start sharing sharing our poems with each other? Eh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I figured we'd just get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Who should I show my poem to first? Natsuki?
Well, it's not terrible, but it's pretty disappointing after your last one. Battleground, this is as good as your last one, I would be completely pissed.
Well, I guess I wanted to try something a little different this time.
Fair enough. You're still new at this, so I don't expect you to find your style right away. I mean, everyone in the club writes are really different from each other. Maybe you'll find a little influence from all of us. For instance, I noticed that you're spending more time with Yuri today. Not that I care who you spend your time with. After all, I'll be taught never to expect anything from anybody. So it's not like I was waiting for you or anything. Still, you could have at least looked over my poem. You'd probably be able to learn something from it.
This is not the same poem from before.
Boris! Why didn't you come read with me today?
I tried?
I was waiting for you! I was waiting for a long time. It was the only thing I had to look forward to today. Why did you ruin it?
She was Yuri. She dragged me over.
Do you like Yuri more? I think you're better off not associating with her. Are you listening to me? Yuri is a sick freak.
You got something on your face.
That should be obvious by now. You just play with me instead, okay? You don't hate me, Boris, do you? Do you hate me? Do you want me to go... Do you want me to make me go home crying? The club is the only place I feel safe. Don't ruin that for me. Don't ruin it. Please. Just stop talking to Yuri. Play with me instead. It's all I have. Play with me. Play with me.
Where'd your mouth go? Oh, you got a mouth there. You got a mouth there. I see it. No! Oh. Oh. Oh no! Oh! That was worse! No! Monika? Not gonna be creepy, are you? Hi again, Boris. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what I wrote for you today? Sure, here you go. Take this. Take this nice piece of paper. I give my poem to Monika. All right. Great job, Boris. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? But I chose happy words for Natsuki. Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing, but sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly, like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. I'm afraid to click enter. Yuri!
I'm back. Did I miss anything?
Natsuki kinda went... Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other.
Eh? Already? I'm sorry for being late.
No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm glad that you took all the time you needed.
All right. Thanks, Monika. I suppose I should go get my poem now.
But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. This is the same thing, but it's also different. The colors, they won't. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating, slugging, screeching, squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a knife on a breathing rib cage. Endless delete her? Monika, you're not cheating, are you? Sorry, I know that's kind of abstract. Okay, you didn't mess with my save files. I'm just trying to, well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when, who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything. Okay. That's my advice for today. Save. Thanks for listening. Yuri? You're not gonna freak out on me, are you?
I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today.
Yuri smiles and takes a deep breath.
I like just holding it.
What?
I mean, the poem turned out good. It's,
You didn't even read the paper. You just touched the paper and you're already like,
it's amazing. It's beautiful. It's a masterpiece. I will frame it in my room. Well, there are some things that you could work on, but that doesn't really matter. It feels like anything written by you is a treasure.
See, you're doing it.
That came out a little awkward. Let's move on. Here's the poem I wrote. You don't have to like it or anything.
This is a different poem. Wheel. A rotating wheel, turning an axle, grinding. Bolt head. Linear gearbox, falling sky, 7 holy stakes, a docked ship, a portal to another world. A thin rope tied to a thick rope, a torn harness. Parabolic gearbox, expanding universe, time controlled by slipping cogwheels, existence of God, swimming with open water in all directions, drowning, a prayer written in blood, a prayer written in time-devouring snakes with human eyes, a thread connecting all living human eyes, a kaleidoscope of holy stakes, exponential gearbox, a sky of exploding stars, God disproving the existence of God, a wheel rotating in 6 dimensions, 40 gears and a ticking clock, a clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet, a clock that ticks 40 times every time it ticks every second time, a bolt head of holy stakes tied to the existence of a docked ship to another world, a kaleidoscope of blood written in clocks, a time-devouring prayer correcting a sky of 40 gears and opening human eyes in all directions, breathing gearbox, breathing bolt head, breathing ship, breathing portal, breathing snakes, breathing God, breathing blood, breathing holy stakes, breathing human eyes, breathing time, breathing prayer, breathing sky, breathing wheel. I'm afraid to put the paper down.
It doesn't really matter what it's about. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen.
My pen.
That is, a pen fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I just really like the way that it writes. So I wrote this poem with it, and now you're touching it. I'm okay. What did I just... can we pretend this conversation never happened? You can keep the poem, though.
You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it?
Yes?
A dream. I was wandering an abandoned warehouse at night. I was lost, looking for an exit. I just wanted to go home. I came upon an huge empty room. Its ceiling and walls beyond the deep blackness. My steps were quick in order to hurry to the other side. Or to a wall. Anything. Suddenly, the ground was no longer beneath my feet. I stepped into a hole of indeterminate width. I fell for a good 5 seconds before crashing into warm water. Figuring out